Hello and welcome. My name is Gregory. Today I'm going to be discussing tips for video calling etiquette. There's 3 key tips that I would like to go through with you. Our first key tip is eye contact. So when you're on a video conferencing call, people want to actually engage. Everyone wants to still feel a sense of engagement despite being miles apart. This is helped enormously by maintaining eye contact. If you're talking on video conference and you're actually looking away, or talking while you're looking away, or perhaps you're even looking at your phone or something else on your desk, the message that this is really sending out is, I don't actually want to be here, I would rather be somewhere else, and I'm more interested in looking at something else rather than yourselves. So maintain eye contact, this is very important. Our second key tip is around environment. So there's a few different bits and pieces here, but most of all around our environment. As you see from my own environment, keep your environment plain and simple. It's very, very distracting again for other people on conference calls if you have bookcases or a pile of clothes, or you're lying on your bed and there's like lots of colour and information around. So wherever possible, maintain a nice plain background. It's much better in the environment if you're actually seen sitting up rather than lying down. So have a think about these things for your environment. Another aspect of environment is of course noise. You want to make sure while you're on your conference call that you're not going to be distracted by noise from elsewhere in the household. Granted, this isn't always possible, so do your best to minimize it. Third key tip is around who should talk and when. Starting to find in the current environment a lot of people kind of using video conferencing calls now, and what's happening is different styles of personality are coming out. The best way to actually look after this and make sure that things run smoothly is to agree up front on what the rules are going to be for talking. So a simple way to do this is to actually establish up front there is to be no interruptions, for example. We're not allowed to interrupt each other when someone is talking. We're not allowed to dominate the conversation, so perhaps put a time limit on it and say, let's keep our answers and our input perhaps to 1 or 2 minutes at most, or not put a time limit on it, and just simply say, let's keep it short. However this works, the best thing to do is always agree up front and get everybody to agree up front. Another tip is that if someone is talking and someone else wants to actually add to what they're saying, encourage them to put their hands up. Again, agree on this up front. A simple gesture like this says, I have something to say, I have something to share, and the person who's talking can see this happening while being in eye contact and can actually say, yes, what's your input? All right, so those are our 3 key things to think about for conference calling over video. Eye contact, environment, and agreeing up front on who's going to talk and how that's going to be handled. That's the best way. Thank you very much for tuning in.